Welcome back to another stream. And today we're gonna continue what we did yesterday. The farm was replaced. So let's get right into it. So we did all the maze stuff. And it seemed to work at like 99% of the time. But there was one weird error that crept up at specific times. Let's see if I play it. It seems to be searching correctly for the paths, and there we go. It would be strange if it worked perfectly without errors now, but I know I saw it. So no, continues. That was a difficult one though. There's also the maze, what do you call it, the try-hard version, whatever. It won't result in more gold, but it might be fun to try it out. Simply see if it would work at all. Ooh. There we go. Okay, there's no errors now, which is, I don't know, it's good, but it's weird. It was so close. It gets it now, okay. I honestly don't see how you could make this more efficient. I think the only way would be if you did the like repeat maze challenge, and then you somehow mapped like the whole maze, and then calculated everything. Like you calculate the whole path immediately before like going that path, but I'm gonna be real, I don't know how to do that, and I'm not even gonna bother doing that. This is good enough. But since this seems to be working now for some reason without errors, I am going to check the unlock tree. Because we now have some gold, 7,000 even. And we only need 2,000 for another drone. And we also want to do some cactus farming. There might actually not be any more work on the drone today if there is no error. I suppose it can have been a one-time error on that specific maze variant. Well, whatever. But if we're not gonna do that, there was something though, something with the maze that we could still do. I suppose we could try simply increasing the difficulty, see what happens. Oh yeah, because I thought if we ran into the error, then I'd look at the hints. And maybe by using the hints we could figure out the issue. But if there is no errors, then I don't see the point. Could look at the hints, I suppose, just for context. But I want to see first how it does without the hints. So measure. For extra challenge, you can also use the maze by using the same amount of items that wear substance on the treasure again. So instead of harvesting the treasure, as we do down here, yeah, and I'm gonna pause it after it gets the gold. And there we go. Okay. So instead of harvesting, we want to use item. Suppose we could simply copy the spawn maze. Suppose substance amount. This will never change, so we might want to have this as a global. I don't know, equals 0, and then we set it to that, and we need to reference this as a global substance amount. Yeah, move my keyboard over a bit. There we go. Okay. And then we can simply use wait, I'm not even using drone use. I don't know why I'm even bothering doing this, but might as well continue with it. Because I don't think it's costing anything to reference a module, whatever you want to call it, and call that function instead. Or maybe, since there are 2 function calls instead of 1, there might actually be a small delay. Whatever. But let's try this one. So we don't harvest, but we reset the data and we break the loop. And we also need to have a reference here to the global substance amount. Let's try it. So now it should keep the same maze with some small changes. And it did. Did something break? Nothing. No? No way, this is actually working without any issues. That can't be right. It feels like it's even speeding up, since we don't have to wait for the maze to regrow, and all the added open space also increases the available like space it can move through, which is only a plus. I mean, sure, it creates more places that it could loop, but I don't see that being an issue at any point. Maybe it simply hasn't gone that far yet. Nice. Nice. That's a lot of them. We aren't actually getting any gold now though. We're simply using weird substance. But it seems to be working like excellently. Seems to be no issues at all. Which is frankly ridiculous. So the question is, how often should we actually harvest the chest? Because this has to, yeah, this has 12k now. We'd want to harvest that at some point. And the question is when? I suppose we could also check if we have enough weird substance. So that should be the first thing we need to check. So if items, how do we check that? I keep forgetting. There's some. Num items maybe. Find out how much of item you currently have. Returns the number of items currently in your inventory. Okay. So if num items dot weird substance is greater than, let's do simply greater than substance amount. Then we want to use it. Else we want to harvest. That's pretty self-explanatory. But we might have like a lot of weird substance. Like a lot of weird substance. And we also want to cash out on the goal at pretty frequent intervals, I'd say. But not too frequent, but maybe. Should we have a counter? Or is there a Could implement a simple counter, and a counter would be like +1 each time you use the weird substance on the chest, and reset whenever you harvest. But that would It would be the easiest way to solve it, I suppose. Let's simply do that. So maybe chest or max rounds. Let's set this to, I don't know. Let's start with something basic. Let's do 10. No, let's do 5. That should be fairly simple to troubleshoot. And we want to include max rounds. And then here we do max round. Oh wait, no. We'd also need a actual counter. Rounds 0. And global rounds. And here we do rounds plus equal to 1. And if we harvest, then rounds equals 0. And then here we check if rounds is greater or equal to max rounds. Then we also want to harvest and set rounds to 0. This should allow us to simply do 5 rounds of weird substance and then go back to normal farming. Or then we reset it. Let's try it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 4. Did I simply miss one? 1. 2. 3. 4. I might have missed one. 5. Okay. But 5 is obviously too little. We'd want to do more than that. Let's do... I don't know. What is a good number? Maybe 30? We would really run out of weird substance before hitting 30. Let's try it. Can I check here? 1, 2. Yeah, it simply updates too slowly. But it's the first rounds that are the slowest due to the... like there are no shortcuts in the beginning. I almost want to do the actual like calculations, beforehand. Like you save every single spot to like a map, and then you do like calculations before even moving the drone, and then you go that specific way. And then if there was like a new open path somewhere along the way, you'd update the map with that data, and then on the next round you'd have that like shortcut as a memorized map, or as a memorized shortcut, and then you could simply like make it faster and faster and faster. So it would like go like boom, 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 boom. It would probably like be at least twice as efficient as doing it this way, at least. But probably even a lot more efficient, like 10 times, I don't know. Oh, did it get stuck? No, it just feels like it's on the verge of getting stuck on so many levels. What round are we on now? 21. So 30 wasn't that much actually. How much gold? 3k. So we're actually gonna harvest this before we run out of weird substance, which is good. And then we harvested it. Nice. Oh, wait, did we even get the gold? Didn't we have 10k gold? I thought we had like 10k gold. Am I stupid? Okay, now it's very close to 10k. So this time we should definitely see. Wait, did I buy an upgrade? I did not buy the drone. And I think it said 10k beforehand. But it should go up to at least 12k after the drone gets finished. I hope I didn't see it wrong and I wasted all of this time simply waiting for it to complete, but I think we already had 10k gold. And it would suck if this didn't actually count. Almost there. 6 more. 5 more. 4. Three. 2. 1. Go. And we got no gold. This is not right. This isn't right at all. Because we do harvest. Something is wrong. It has to be a bug. Wait. Try it. Well, obviously try to do that now. I couldn't harvest it. Oh. Oh, now we get a lot of bugs here. The left hand side of the assignment didn't match the right hand side. Did it try to measure? When there was no... Oh wait, it harvested it, right? So it broke the loop too quickly probably. And I tried to measure when there was no chest and all of that. That makes sense. But still, we should get a lot of gold and we got no gold. Because it says here, this is 100% an extra challenge that you can just skip. It's only worth it with extra information and short to help you solve the maze faster. Okay. Reusing a maze doesn't give you more gold than just harvesting and spawning a new maze. But it doesn't say it gives me less gold either. You should simply tack on the amount of gold to the chest as it visually did. Like you could see that it worked like that. But for some reason the gold never got added to my account. This has to be a bug. Which is pretty sad. Because that's probably the first real bug. Let's farm some more. Wait, was it the grass season? Yeah. Let's say we need more weird substance. Anyhow. What? What's this? Okay, weird. But I'd still say that this is a success, even though the maze function isn't working as it should. But I could simply do this, set that to 0, and then it will always harvest the chest instead. It will make it a bit slower, but it won't be worse than before. But it's still a letdown. Okay, I'm gonna show the hints now. Okay, so the text base. Okay. The treasure can be relocated up to 300 times. After that, using weird substance on the treasure won't increase the gold in it anymore, and it won't move anymore. Here's the general approach to solving the problem. Create a maze and imagine that you are the drone. Think about how you would try to find a treasure if you were in a maze. Write it down your strategies, percept, someone said, okay. As long as there's no loops, all the walls are really as one large connected wall. If you follow the wall, you will lead to... Oh, okay. That's one way to do it, I suppose. Instead of moving the drone in absolute directions like east or west, it can be very useful to move the drone in a relative direction, like turn right or turn left. Ooh. I suppose I never thought about that. But that's one way to do it. We have hint 4. If you can't solve it, you can always make your life easier and do it less efficiently. Solving a 1 times 1 maze is trivial. Oh no. So simply harvest 1 gold again and again and again and again. I suppose that's one way to do it. I never even thought about doing it that way. But it would work, probably. Okay, so let's see Mega Farm, more drones. So what do we have here? This incredibly powerful unlock gives you access to multiple drones. As before, you start with just 1 drone. Additional drones must first be spawned and will disappear after the program terminates. Each drone runs its own separate program. New drones can be spawned using the spawn drone function. Okay, so pass along a function to the new drone then, I suppose. Drone function. Yeah, move north, do a flip. Okay, spawn drone function. This spawns a new drone in the same position as the drone that ran the spawn drone function command. The new drone then begins executing the specific function. After it's done, it will disappear automatically. Drones do not collide with each other. That's very good. Use max drones to get the maximum number of drones that can be spawned. Use num drones to get the number of drones that are already on the farm. Example. Function harvest column. For underscore in range, get well size harvest move north. So you'd move simply straight up, okay. While true, if spawn drone harvest column move is, so if we do this, then we also move east. We'll basically move east and spawn 1, spawn 1, spawn 1. Is that more efficient than doing it like this? Because now we're going like this. Would it be more efficient to use 2 drones that... I suppose a little bit more efficient, maybe? Maybe. Because you'd save on the turn that happens up here, right? Maybe not. Since you need to harvest those tiles anyway. This will cause your first drone to move horizontally and spawn more drones. The spawn drones will then move vertically and harvest anything in their path. If all available drones have already been spawned, spawn drone will do nothing and return none. Oh, so that's why it works. So it will wait before moving east again and spawning a new drone in this scenario. If here's another example that passes a different direction to each drone. Order in northeast, south and west. Define task, move deer, do a flip, spawn drone task. Okay. Massive hint. Awaiting another drone. use a wait for drone function to wait for another drone to finish. You receive a drone handle when you spawn the drone. The drone handle, okay. The wait for drone returns the return value of the function that the other drone was running. So where the function get entity type in direction there, move there, return get entity type. And we then have the function 0arg wrapper, return get entity type in direction north. Drone equals spawn drone 0arg wrapper. So spawn a drone that returns get entity type in direction north. So we spawn a drone that moves north and get entity types and return that's all the way back, and then we wait for the return and print it. Note that spawning drones takes time, so it's not a good idea to spawn a new drone for every little thing. Okay. You can use has finished drone to check if the drone has finished without waiting for it. No shared memory. Each drone has its own memory and cannot directly read or write another drone's globals. Okay. And x equals 0. Def increment global x, x plus 1, wait for spawn drone increment, print x. This will print 0 because the new drone incremented its own copy of the global x, which does not affect the first drone's x. Race conditions. Multiple drones can interact with the same farm tile at the same time. If two drones interact with the same tile during the same tick, both interactions will occur, but the results may differ based on the order of the interactions. For example, imagine that drones 0 and 1 are both over the same tree that is almost fully grown. Drone 0 calls use item fertilizer, and drone 1 calls harvest. If these two actions occur at the same time, the tree will first be fertilized and then harvested. In that case, you will receive wood from it. However, if drone 1 is slightly faster, the tree will be harvested before it is fertilized, and you will not receive the wood. Oh yeah, because fertilizer immediately, like instantly grows the tree, right? And if you harvest a not completely grown tree, then it won't give anything. This is called a race condition. It is a common issue in parallel. It is a common issue in parallel programming, where the result depends on the order in which operators are performed. Here's another problematic situation that can happen when multiple drones run the same code simultaneously at the same position. So if get water, use item water. If multiple drones run this simultaneously, they will all run the first line, which put them into the if block. Then they will all use water, wasting a lot of it. By the time a drone reaches the second line, get water might no longer be less than 0.5 because another drone has water tile in the meantime. Okay, and there's nowhere to check if there's a drone on the same tile, is there? Never said. I suppose you could maybe like get drone.get position. Like call that. And then maybe check if that's the same position. But then you'd also have to like have a hierarchy of drones to decide which one would actually do the stuff and which wouldn't. Oh, I have more than enough weird substance, I think. But wait, can we use multiple drones for the maze exploration? It feels like that would... Or maybe not. Because how are you supposed to tell the other drones that you harvested a chest when you can't communicate between them? Let's put that idea on the back burner for now. Because we also have cactus, which I want to do. Ooh, I could unlock more drones. 4 drones. It's at speed. Ooh, make the farm smaller or simulate test faster and under reproducible conditions. I do want to expand the farm one more time as well. So let's... It should be fast to get the pumpkins we need. It's only 2,000 of them. But in the meantime, let's buy cactus. And read this one. Okay. Like other plants, cacti can be grown on soil and harvested as usual. However, they come in various sizes and have a strange sense of order. Okay. If you harvest a fully grown cactus and all neighboring cacti are in sorted order, it will also harvest all neighboring cacti recursively. Wait, if you harvest a fully grown cactus and all neighboring cacti are in sorted order, it will also harvest all neighboring cacti recursively. A cactus is considered to be in sorted order if all neighboring cacti to the north and east are fully grown and larger or equally in size, and all neighboring cacti to the south and west are fully grown and smaller or equal in size. What? The harvest will only spread if all adjacent cacti are fully grown and in sorted order. This means that if a square of grown cacti is sorted by size and you harvest one cactus, it will harvest the entire square. A fully grown cactus will appear brown if it's not sorted. Once sorted, it will turn green again. You will receive cactus equal to the number of harvested cacti squared. So if you have n cacti simultaneously, if you harvest n cacti simultaneously, you receive n to the power of 2 items cactus. The size of a cactus can be measured with measure. It is always one of these numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, all the way up to 9. You can also pass a direction into measure to measure the neighboring tile in that direction of the drone. Okay. You can swap a cactus with its neighbor in any direction using the swap command. Swap direction swaps the object under the drone with the object in one tile in the direction of the drone. Wait, so you're supposed to like move the cacti around until they're like in this correct sorted order, and once they are, then you'd be able to harvest them. That's a completely new dynamic. In each of these grids, all the cacti are in sorted order and the harvest will spread over the entire field. Wait, am I simply not understanding this? In this grid, only the lower left cactus is in sorted order, which is not enough for it to spread. What? For it to spread? Okay, I'm gonna need a hint because this is way confusing. If the rows are already sorted, sorting the columns will not unsort the rows. That didn't help at all. If you're not familiar with sorting algorithms, you might want to look them up online and think about which ones could be adapted to this problem. Keep in mind that not all of them work because you can only swap neighboring cacti. Okay, so this is a sorting algorithm test, or... Okay. Ooh, we have more than enough pumpkins to increase the size of the farm. Wait for it to continue this round. Oh. There's some sort of error in the farm, pumpkin farm. Because it shouldn't have harvested this one. It still works, but it's a bit annoying. Okay, now we can increase the size to 16 by 16. Next one is 22 by 22. I wonder if the largest one is 32 by 32. Maybe. I want to see if the... Ooh, let's move this out of the way. I want to see if the pumpkin will actually work. It should still work, but it would be good to know. It's taking so much longer. One upgrade, it's massive compared to before. I would also like to see a maze at this size. And it works. Neat. Okay. And just because, let's test the maze. Seems to be working without issues, at least so far. And we checked that we actually get the gold now. Did we? We might have not gotten the gold. 8656. Why not? Why aren't we getting the gold? The harvest function gets triggered. I am sure of it. Oh wait, we're actually not. We're getting weird substance on it, aren't we? Are we using weird substance and then harvesting it? We did use weird substance. Wait a moment now. Because we check if it's a treasure chest. And then we check if we have enough weird substance. And if we do, then we use the weird substance. And we increment the rounds by +1. And else we harvest immediately. And we check here. I suppose that is the issue. Should we be checking this before? Like here? So if rounds is equal, yeah. That might be one way to do it. We get into type. Could this solve it, maybe? So there might not have even been a bug before, it might simply have been me doing something completely wrong. That would make more sense, because I can't see there being a bug like this. And we got gold. So it was literally me doing everything wrong and using the weird substance and then harvesting the chest immediately afterwards. Okay, let's try if at this point, if we set it to max round to, let's say, 10, and then we play. Now we should get a bunch of gold, like stored in the chest. Because now it shouldn't harvest at all, it should simply see. No. Here we have a bunch of gold in here. And we're at 9.1 thousand gold. It would be pretty neat to use multiple drones. But the question is how to indicate to the other drones that the harvest has been successful. Because you need to somehow indicate that they need to reset. If not, then they will simply get stuck somewhere. We're close. Oh, wait. No. And we harvest. And we got a lot of gold. Okay. So it is working now. It is working. Great. So, false alarm. No bug. 0 bugs. Only user error as usual. But we also have the cactus, so let's I was about to say let's end this. What do we need? Actually need? We need more pumpkins. And for that we need more carrots. And for carrots we need more wood. If we want to increase the yield, then I do want to increase the yield. Where do we have forest season? Let's do this one. This isn't working correctly either when we have the power, because it makes the drone move twice as fast. It would be much more efficient if we had another drone. I'm just realizing it now. But the question is how to do that. I suppose we could simply create another delay. So let's say we create a function called drone spawn delay, which will create a drone. So we have a function called create a drone, and what do we need? We need a time, so delay, set that to 0 as default. And we need to have a function as well. Func. So while true, current tick equals get tick count, and then while true, if current tick plus delay is, or should I say, get tick count is less than then we'd want to do something. In this case it's spawning a drone. So how do we do that? We had some explanation on it down here, right? Spawn drone with a function as well. So spawn drone with func. I suppose we might want to return it, so drone equals spawn drone func, and then we want to return drone. Return drone. And then we could down or maybe we can't. I was imagining putting it like down here. Say if we were to import drone spawn delay. Wouldn't they like begin at the the same time. They would, wouldn't they? Because if we were to like, if we were to do like create a drone, or wait, drone spawn delay, don't create drone, and we pass along, I don't know how many ticks is good, but let's do 1600 again, and with the function, let's call main, because we want to do have this going 2 times. Then wouldn't we get stuck here, and then the drone have the drone like on top of each other? Wait. We're not even reaching this main function, are we? Okay, let's not call main, let's call... Let's do a main 2, and we pass along main 2 just to see which one gets triggered. And it's main 2, right. Or aren't... We might actually not be passing along the function? We might be calling the function. Or did... Because I don't see anything like happening here. What if I was to do simply a... If I simply was to do it like this, spawn drone and then do main 2, what would happen? And then we'd get stuck in this loop here. Wait, I suppose you could also do... I mean, there's nothing stopping... Right, if I was to do a call of drone spawn delay and main, and let's say 1600. If you were to call it inside of this one. Oh, you try to call something that is not a function. Ooh. Create drone. Oh. Cause a stack overflow. What did I do? The maximum call size has been reached. This is most likely due to too many recursive function calls. Okay, that's not great. Is it because I'm calling the function from inside a function? Oh wait, yeah, because this function will call this function, which will try to spawn. That shouldn't matter because there's a limit on how many drones you can spawn. No, I can't see this being an issue. No. It's still complaining about it. And what would if I were to do it like I did before and we had main 2? Then I shouldn't have deleted that one. Drone, spawn, delay, don't create drone, and then we pass along main 2 and 1600. And maybe we want to have this one outside. No, we shouldn't complain, right? But now it's triggering this one instead. I simply don't see how you're supposed to use another drone if you can't even use a while loop. Because I thought like you could use multiple drones simultaneously. Check out this super useful parallel for all function, which takes any function and runs it on every farm tile. It makes use of all available drones to do so. For all, define row, for in range get full size, -1, F move east. Okay. For in range get full size, if not spawn, drone row. Row move north. For all harvest. Oh, so it's calling that function then. One particular useful pattern is to spawn a drone if one is available, and otherwise do it yourself. If not, spawn drone task. But I don't understand it. Awaiting on the drone. It seems like I'm awaiting the drone always. Is it because we're calling the same script? So if I were to create let's call this one main 2. And let's grab this one. And we also need to grab all of those. And then we also import main 2. Let's see. So we pass along main 2 dot main 2. And we delete this one. Maybe we can call this one main instead. So we have main 2 dot main. And then we try to run it. No, it's still only calling this one. I don't know if I'm retarded or something, because this makes 0 sense to me. Like, it literally makes zero sense. It makes perfect sense if the drones were not meant to be used simultaneously, which I thought they were. That's the only reason I was so excited for them. And if you read like the documentary, it seems like they do, with all the wait for functionality and stuff like that. But I mean, I can't look at the actual drone, can I? No. Because it obviously creates this one. Or wait, maybe it doesn't actually create it. Maybe it simply calls the main function. Let's try this one like this instead. Let's do spawn drone. And instead of... Wait, are we supposed to maybe pass them along like that? No. Oh, it takes one argument, wait. Oh my god, we're not supposed to... Okay, I was stupid. I got an achievement. Use multiple drones. Okay, so I was literally like retarded and didn't see... Did they even... Yeah, they even did it. Okay, okay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So all of this was a waste of time. This one we can delete, and drone spawn delay should still work though. So here drone spawn delay, and we pass along main, and let's say one like this. This is probably too short, let's do 32,000 ticks. And this one we can remove. And this one is deprecated and like that. Please tell me it's gonna work. No. You try to call something that's not a function. Yeah, let's create a drone. There we go. And now it did not work. Or wait, there are two drones. There are two drones. They're simply on top of each other. Okay, that wasn't my intention. Right. Wait a moment, if we were to have like a function call drone delay and like that, and this one takes the function as well. So this one that takes the function, and we have all of this inside of here instead, and So when we delete this one, and then we spawn a drone and return it, and we'd call drone delay and pass along the function as one more time. Then the separate drone would begin with the drone delay on a separate thread probably, and then it would wait for the delay and shouldn't spawn. Instead of here, it should call the function. So func like that, which we'll call main in this case. No, okay, and oh, we need to pass along both of them. So delay as well. I suppose we don't need to default that one since we already defaulted it up here. Simply pass it along, and now it should work. No. Now we're stuck on this one. Why? Why? It's like I took one step backwards instead of one step forwards. Is it because I'm calling this as a function here? And what if I were to do simply like this? Not call it as a function here, because I can't pass along arguments, can I? I can't do it like that. No. It takes one argument. So let's say we completely remove the function and the delay and do the same here. So there's no of anything, and then instead of having function and delay here, set the delay to like 32,000, and instead of calling func, we call it main. So now there's nothing getting passed along. But we should still call main. No. Oh, we also need to import main to be able to call it. So import main. And then we want to do main.main. Okay. Oh, jag fick I got an achievement. Create an import cycle. Circular import. Because I'm importing drone spawn delay and importing main. Wait, create drone does not exist. Wait, what? It does exist. Why wouldn't it exist? Is it due to that import circle? Whatever. Create an import circle. A rare achievement. Don't know if that's good or bad. But if I can't call main here, then what's the point? I mean, I guess I could do like another while true loop here. And then do forest season, for example. But then I do still need the I still need to import that one. So import forest season. Are there 2 drones, or am I hallucinating? There are 2 drones, right? But now it simply looks like 1 drone. But it might be on the same position. But I simply don't get it. Let's say if I set this delay to something ludicrous, let's say 20 let's say 20,000. That should be notable even to me. But it's not. It should be stuck in this while true loop. But there might not be a visual indicator for it. Or am I... Or is it due to it trying to call the same function? Let's say it should try and call like power field instead. Power field, and then we do power field dot process, and then what would happen? And now we have different ones. So the problem all along was me trying to call the same That is mildly infuriating. Because that means I have to, what? Duplicate this one? But I have to do, let's say, Forest Season 2. And have this one, let's say, put it up here. And then I'd have to do Forest Season 2. Wait. Why isn't it working now? Hold up one second. Why is it not working now? That's completely illogical, isn't it? If power field worked. Oh, not daybreak. Power field. This somehow works. Oh, I need to take the main. This somehow works. But calling Forest Season 2 and everything is spelled correctly and all of that. This isn't working for some reason. Or wait, are we too close? I cannot imagine that to be a problem, but it looks like there are two of them on top of each other with a small delay. If I were to comment out the drone, there's like a tiny, like, I don't know, ghosting effect when it moves, like, at least on my display, but that might simply be my display, I don't know. But with this on, it's definitely worse. There has to be two of them. But why are they like on top of each other? I have a start delay of 1600. Let's put this to 3200. This should make it start from the beginning. And that happens at the beginning for everyone. For all the drones, no matter what. And then you have this one gets called. A drone gets spawned, which calls this function. And then we return the drone. We don't do anything with the return drone. Could do something with it, but we don't. I suppose we actually might want to call this one from inside the function. Maybe. I don't know. Will this make any difference? Doesn't look like it, but it still calls them and returns them. You can see them flashing for like a split second. So that still works. But it's like drone delay never gets called. Can't be because it's like outside of the scope. So if I do like that, try to read the variable drone delay. Oh, wait a second now. Wait a second now. That might actually be it. So we need to... Wait a second. Could it be this easy all along? No. I thought it might be like an initialization issue. But it's plainly not. I mean, I could work on the cactus and stuff, but I feel kind of demotivated with this not working as it should. This is like the big goal I had. To get more drones and then create a giant farm with all different stuff, with multiple drones doing multiple things all at once. Like one area having a small maze, farming gold, and one having more carrots, and one having pumpkins, and etc, etc. And then you'd have like the polyculture upgrade, and you'd get even more yield due to having multiple plants next to each other and stuff like that. But if I can't get the drone to work, then I don't see the reason to continue this, honestly. Which is a bit sad. But as I said, I feel very demotivated right now. Because it can't understand if I'm doing something wrong. It feels like the documentation is insufficient, or maybe I haven't read it clearly enough. I'm gonna try to read it one more time, and if this doesn't clear it up, then I guess that's it for now. Okay, so this incredibly powerful unlock gives you access to multiple drones. As before, you still start with just one drone. Additional drones must first be spawned and will disappear after the program terminates. Each drone runs its own separate program. Each drone runs its own separate program. New drones can be spawned using the spawn, drone, and function. So if we have we define a function now above, and then we spawn drone and drone function. So we call the function. This spawns a new drone in the same position as the drone that ran the spawn drone function command. The new drone then begins executing the specified function. After it is done, it will disappear automatically. Drones do not collide with each other. And to me this means that I should be able to spawn a drone here that calls the main, and that will create two drones basically. But for some reason that doesn't work. Let's try it one more time. I'm sure I already did this, but let's get after the delay, spawn drone, and let's call it the main. Spawn drone, not dawn. Drone. Wait. We also need a delay, because if we don't have a delay, then we'll do the same thing. Or maybe let's copy this one. So we have drone delay, and instead of calling this one, then we simply call main. This should add a delay for that drone only, and we call drone delay. If this works, then I'm shocked, but no. And it's not my math that's wrong, right? Current tick equals get current tick, or gets a tick count, and then we should be in a loop where we check if the current tick count is. Wait, am I literally that stupid? Is all of this issue simply from me having one of them? Oh my god, that might actually be the issue. That tiny little symbol being pointed in the wrong direction. Because this would mean that it instantly triggered the main function. Oh my god, wait, okay. Let's see. But wait a moment. Oh, it's speeding along. Wait, so this is actually working. This is actually working, but the delay was too small, and it's still too small. Let's say 40,000 ticks. Can't imagine that being the actual problem. And okay, so still not too tiny of a delay. 60,000. 60,000 should be enough for them to grow up. I think. But wait, so everything I did was actually working except for that little symbol. Oh my god, I can't I just can't. It's too much. It's simply too much. Okay, but now we've doubled the efficiency of farming wood. We actually solved it. Okay. Then I suppose I do want to continue. Let's see. Not today though. I don't have time for more today, I don't think. So we still have to do the cactus. But now we know the multiple drones do work. And we should be able to delete this file. And wait, was a circular reference? Was that an issue? I don't remember. Because I never got it to actually work, because this little brick was in the wrong direction. But let's say we have main and so spawn a drone delay, and we'd want to let's do it like that for now. Simply, there are much better ways to do it, I think. And instead of having drone delay, let's see, set this to delay as 60,000, and this one has a delay, and we do a simple drone spawn delay. And we do create drone. This will return a drone. Let's not do anything with that right now. And we can remove this one. Wait, why are we harvesting here? There's no point in harvesting here, because we're clearing it in the next instance. I don't know. And this should create a new drone that gets onto the delay, and then we go into main function on the main drone. Wait, doesn't exist. Drone spawn delay. Create drone. What do you mean does not exist? Drone spawn delay. Create drone. Drone spawn delay. Drone spawn delay dot create drone. Is it the circular referencing again? If I were to do it like that, and let's say it called simply pass, so it does nothing, and then we'd play it, then it would work. So it's the circular referencing that breaks everything. Okay. That's not great. I mean, we could simply do... I suppose we could simply do all of this and import that. We wouldn't need to import Daybreak, but all the seasons. Wait, drone move pumpkin. We don't need that one, do we? Because pumpkin season has drone move pumpkin. We don't even use drone move anywhere here, do we? No, we only use pumpkin season, so that's unnecessary. Remove those, and then I guess we could simply copy this one and paste it in here. It's not ideal because now we'd have to change in both of those places, but now it should still run. And it's on a delay, and now it's on. So it does work. It does work. And we also know now that the circular referencing is a big no-no. It breaks stuff. There's so many of these around now. Okay. But it does work. Okay, but yeah, this will have to be it for today. I think next time we'll probably start or try doing the cacti, because this sorting algorithm stuff is a bit confusing, and I don't feel like reading up online on sorting algorithms. I feel like I need to draw the line somewhere, and I'm gonna draw it there for now. But I still wanted to do like a mega farm where you have various plants in various locations. So while we're at it, we might as well unlock polyculture, and we can put this one here, so we know that this one is for next time. And ooh, this one is also interesting, but we need to farm cactuses for that one. And we could also unlock more drones if we'd want them. More water and a lot of stuff. Still a lot of stuff to do to get the best farm possible. But as I said, that's for another time. So if you enjoyed it, please follow on and subscribe and all the stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!